Hi, welcome back. My name is David Rippy. I am a certified hypnotherapist. This female client came to me for a past life regression to explore a shamanic ceremony which she was unable to complete. It involved her drinking St. Pedro juice, which normally is not that difficult, but for her, when she attempted it for the first time in Peru, she was violently sick and threw up. She asked me to explore if there was anything in her past lives that was causing this difficulty. For those not familiar, a past life regression is where I take someone into a deep hypnotic state where they can recall details of a previous life. This client also shared a life as a male slave trader in the early 1800s and another past life where she was a female consort to the king in 1600 Spain. Please leave comments and subscribe to my channel on David Rippy, as there will be more to follow. Enjoy. Allowing yourself just to drift along, feeling so relaxed, and seeing in your mind's eye your body all glowing with this new energy, feeling more powerful inside, realizing your divinity and your uniqueness as you sink down deeper and deeper, coming closer toward the end. And as we count down from 3 to 1, we're going to feel ourselves getting closer to the end of the field. And it was a beautiful sight. We're so happy we got a chance to float along, feeling so relaxed and energetic from the golden light. And as we count down to 2, we're getting closer and closer so slowly as you drift down deeper and deeper, feeling yourself getting closer to the end, just drifting along so easily, feeling so happy inside. And as we count down to 1, you find yourself getting closer, you're kind of hovering over the edge of the field. And you just start going out and over the grassy fields now, these beautiful meadows of gently rolling hills. And you're just feeling so relaxed inside, allowing yourself just to drift along wherever the bubble wants to go. Allowing yourself just to float along, sinking deeper and deeper. And as you're sinking down deeper and deeper, you become out in the middle of this beautiful field. And can you see the field in your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, tell us what it looks like.
A lot of tall grasses dotted with pink and yellow flowers. Some rocks here and there with lichen on them.
Sounds beautiful. Well, as you're drifting along, just viewing all these beautiful flowing grasses, you feel yourself starting to come, and you want to begin a chance to drift along, and maybe you can start to see better even out of your bubble. You're starting to see your mind's eye clear even more, opening up the images and the memories even more. So as you drift along gently over this beautiful field in your mind, you begin to drift along, and pretty soon you start to realize that there's other things out in the distance. So as you drift along, sinking deeper and deeper, in your mind you can begin to see maybe what looks like a structure of some type. And when you see maybe some type of a structure, describe it to me.
It's like a hut, with a round building with a, I guess, straw grass roof.
Okay. And do you live there?
Yeah, but I'm not home that much.
Okay. So it's a place that you can return to, that you come home to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, as you enjoy looking at the hut, I want you to visualize that clearly in your mind. And I want you to let me know, is there any activity around the hut? Or you see anyone?
Well, this little kid ran up to greet me.
Oh, he did. Can you describe him?
Yeah, he's like 4 or 5, no, younger. 2 or 3, in just like a diaper, dark skin, dark hair, kind of Indian looking actually. Really cute.
Cute little kid. Now, do you see yourself? Do you see maybe what you might look like in that life? Or are you just observing still?
Just observing still.
Okay. Now, as you look around with your mind's eye, you can now step out of your bubble. Okay? So I count down from 3 to 1. I want you to just relax, a little join the images. And I want you to the bubble's kind of open like it's a door, like looking at a little bubble spaceship. It's now opening for you. And your body is glowing with this protective golden suit of light. You feel very safe and protected knowing you're just viewing this live. So at the count of 2, I want you to step out of the bubble. And I want you to walk toward the hut. So as you drift along, I want you to come on, you're out of your bubble. And you're standing there kind of just looking around, taking it all in. Maybe you see the hut, you saw the boy run up to you. And as you're standing there looking around, what else do you see?
See, like other houses, similar.
Okay.
Other houses, like middle of the day,
Okay.
really bright.
So it looks like a pretty day. Do you see other people walking around the huts?
Not a lot of them.
Okay. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of people in this particular area. Is this a village you're familiar with?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. So I want you to, as you walk along, you're totally protected in your golden suit of light. And I'll be walking along here with you. Do you see me standing there, you close by?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do I look like?
You look much like you look now. Except you have a nice suit on. Tall.
And I have a suit on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I look pretty well dressed, I guess,
Yeah,
for this.
well dressed, very crisp.
Okay, good. So we're going to walk along, the two of us, just kind of walk through the village. I'm going to let you kind of lead the way and kind of explore. So as we're walking along, you're feeling yourself still drifting down. Feeling as we count down from 3 to 1, you feel the images opening up more. So we count down to 2. You're beginning to see more in the village. Start to take note of things you might not have seen before. Maybe some type of why maybe they're not there. Do you see any fires going anywhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, there's a fire and there's a lot of people dancing. I have very black skin, and there seems to be something going on.
Okay. Now, you said they have mostly black skin. Do you think of yourself as with black skin as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how old are you male or female?
Male.
And how old are you roughly, you think?
30, 40-ish.
Okay.
In there.
Now, as you look at that, you see him dancing around. Do you reckon, what does a dance look like? Does it look like fun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a big fire going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how many people roughly, do you think, when you look around, how many people are there roughly, you think?
45-ish.
Okay. Are they all different types, children, women, men?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you look at the dancers, I want you to look at them. And as we count down to 1, you're starting to see the images of the dancers even better in your mind. You can begin to notice what kind of feathers they're wearing, if any, what kind of skins they might have on, if they have anything hanging from their neck. Describe to me some of the things they may be wearing.
Mostly painted. Minimal clothing, just like a loincloth, some, a lot of paint, carrying, like spears and spoons and like a ladle, like a big wooden ladle thing.
Okay. Now, as you listen to them, as you sit there and just really concentrate, as we count from 1 to 0, you feel your body lit with this golden light, allowing you greater clarity and vision as you watch the dance. Can you tell me, maybe, do you hear any words in your mind that they might be saying? Like, is there any particular chant they're doing?
No words, drumming.
Okay. Are they making any noises out of their mouth, or are they just dancing silent?
No, there's like sounds.
Okay. Can you tell me an example of one of the sounds?
Whew.
Okay. Any other ones?
Very like guttural, breathy noises,
Okay.
and some like, you know, trills and
Okay. That's
some deep sounds.
good. Now, as you're standing there watching the dance, enjoying yourself, feeling so relaxed, you mentioned you were male. Are you married in this life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you describe your wife to me?
She's she looks she's shorter than me, and she has soft hair.
Is she pretty in your opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about children? Do you have any children?
She's pregnant.
Do you have any ones that are already living?
Mm-hmm.
And how many children do you have?
She's birthed 3, but only 2 are alive.
Okay. Now, are they boys or girls?
One of each.
Okay. And who's the oldest, the boy or the girl?
The boy.
Okay. And how old is he roughly?
14.
14, so he's growing. What is his name? Does it start with any sounds? Or what does his name mean in your culture? Is there a particular name, maybe you can't pronounce it, but what it means?
Let's have the image of a swordfish in my head.
Okay. Do you know what letter his name would start with? If you could do it in English.
Okay.
Or a K. And looking at that second letter, what letter would that maybe be?
Yeah, U or W.
Okay. And how many letters are in his name? Do you know? You see them in your mind's eye printed across your forehead and count them. They may make big black letters in your mind. Do you see how many letters there are? You could maybe recite them to us.
It's like K-W-A-I-K-I. The end, it's a little bit unclear.
Okay. Well, that was good. Now, what is your name?
Yeah, it's very similar to his name.
Okay, do you see it across your mind? Is it identical or slightly different?
It's like a little bit different.
Okay. And it also starts with a K?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, try to pronounce it for us. Go ahead.
Quay. Quay. So,
So it's a hard language you're not familiar with. Is that correct?
I'm not familiar with this language. No.
Gotcha. Now, what is there a particular, if you had to look in your mind as you look around the fire and become more familiar, as we count from 3 to 0, you feel yourself acclimating even more with this culture, feeling yourself sinking down deeper and deeper, and feeling the clarity starting to come through, starting to remember old facts and old things about that life. And as we count down to 2, you feel yourself just slipping down deeper and deeper, allowing the images to grow brighter and fuller with each number down. So as you drift down, 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 the visuals become up and more bright and more fulfilling for you in this life. So as you watch the fire, enjoying the dance, let's go after the dance. Where does everybody go after that? Or after the ceremony? Is it a ceremony, I presume?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the ceremony for? Do you know?
For food. For the hunt. Gratitude for the hunt, because there's animals. I mean, there's meat available.
Okay. Now, what primarily do you guys, or does everyone hunt, the hunters?
Boar. And, asking what we hunt?
Yeah, what else? What other animals that they hunt?
Alligator. Crocodile.
Well, while you're looking at there, looking around, seeing boars and alligators, maybe they caught them, and probably in your mind you can see back in a memory where, are you a hunter yourself? Or what do you do in the village?
I was a hunter, but I'm now working for the bigger government or something. I've been pulled away from village life a lot.
Okay, that's why you haven't been in the village a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where do you think this place is? What do you think? If you had to see in your mind in letters, what country or location do you think this is?
Africa. That's not a country, but...
Okay, so you're in Africa. Now, if you had to look at a map in your mind as you're drifting down, deeper and deeper.
Ethiopia.
So you're around Ethiopia, okay. Now, when you're drifting down deeper and deeper, I want you to continue to let the images open up for you. So do that for a little bit. I want to ask you another question, but allow all the information to begin to come in. You're in Ethiopia. You're being pulled away. Now, looking at the time frame, if you had to see a year in your mind, or a decade, what year or decade would that be?
1814.
Okay. So you see 1814 clearly in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you're working for this village in Ethiopia. What do you do as a career or an occupation?
Military.
Okay, do you see yourself in a uniform or is that something else? How do you dress normally if you're working?
Unclear. Feels like an undercover kind of something, like very... I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, okay. But in your mind, you feel pretty confident with that year. What was it, 1816?
1814.
1814. Okay. Now, you said you're how old again, roughly?
30, 40, somewhere in
Okay,
there.
can you narrow it down more for us or not?
Maybe like 37.
Okay. Now, when were you born? Give us a month if you can.
July.
Okay, what day?
They didn't really. A Sunday.
So it's Sunday, but you really don't know the day. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you know what year you were born? What year do you think you were born, if you saw in your mind? Or roughly?
1786.
So you think you were born around 1786. Does that sound like
17. No, earlier.
Okay. Think about it a little more. Give us another number or year. And don't try to think about what the number might be. Do you feel earlier in 1786? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like 1765 feels more.
More
feels
real?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so you think it's 1765. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And how many children did you have again?
2 living.
2 living, okay. And your wife's pregnant, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, you said something, tell us, you said a little bit something about a military or something. What do you do for the government again? Is it like an undercover thing you were saying or what?
Yeah, I get them news they can't get elsewhere.
So you bring them information too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
like a spy.
Oh, okay. So you're working for what, the Ethiopian government at this time and just going out and gathering information?
Shah, he's like king. It's not. It's not my choice.
Oh, so it's working. Is he a king, or who made you do this?
Yeah, this.
What was his position there that made you do this?
mm,
Do you remember?
Having yes, and I find it very difficult to speak about.
Okay. Well, I want you to relax. We're just observing. So as you drift down deeper and deeper, you're going to let go of all the negative energy associated with that life. You're feeling it flowing away now, knowing that life's behind you and you had experiences, but I want you to release all the negativity associated with that life. So as we count down from 3 to 1, every number down, you're going to feel it all flowing out of you, knowing it was just another life. So as we count down to 2, you can feel yourself becoming more relaxed, knowing you're fully in control and protected. I'm with you. As you still see me with you?
Yeah, you're far away though.
All right, I'm coming over closer. Do you see anybody else with us that might have come with us on this journey?
One of my guides.
Okay, describe that guide. That'd be great.
Um, she's an African American woman.
Okay.
She's got her head wrapped and always has an apron on.
Okay. Very interesting. How long has she been one of your guides?
A long time.
Okay. How far back do you think? Roughly. How many lives, roughly?
Maybe just this one.
Oh, okay. So she's a guide in this life.
Mm-hmm.
And she's with us now, correct?
She's like checking in on me.
Good. Well, she knows we're not here to do anything but help you. So as we count down to 1, you can feel her and I becoming a little closer to you, but allowing you a chance to explore this life. You know we're close by, so you don't need us to really just hold your hand on this. You're just observing. And you have this beautiful golden bubble of protective energy on. So nothing can harm you. She's there, I'm here. We want you just to enjoy this life and enjoy it and allow all the negativity to flow away. Feeling yourself, just observing. We're not there, we're observing. Okay? So we're just recounting those memories, sort of looking back at like if we went to an IMAX theater, for instance, and we see all these beautiful images of that life on the screen, and we're all here. And we're able to participate with it. It's kind of like a hologram. We're allowed to like walk around inside this virtual reality life of yours. So that's what we're doing. We're observing. You have no reason not to want to talk about things that happened that were bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want you to just relax, sinking deeper and deeper. No, we're just viewing a life, and we're just observing, so we can walk through and not even be noticed. Like nobody even knows we're here. The person that told you to do what you had to do for a job, he can't see us. He doesn't even know we're here.
Mm.
These are all energy loops. Nobody can harm us. There's no dark magic. There's none of that. I want you to let all the energy go, all the negativity. And I want you just to drift down deeper and deeper, knowing you're protected and safe. And we're just allowing all the negative thoughts of that life and, the pain we had just to drift out of us. We don't need to carry that anymore. So you're drifting down deeper and deeper. And as I count down to 1, you feel yourself relaxing even more. Just enjoying the dream, the illusion. Just seeing the life sort of in a hologram. We're just kind of walking through it, observing. It's kind of having fun. Do you feel a little safer now?
Mm-hmm.
Good, because we're here with you, your spirit guide and me, and nobody can harm you. And though you might not see them, there are some angels with us too, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we want you just to relax and enjoy your time. So as you drift down deeper and deeper, and the images open up even more for you. And we don't have to go into a lot of details, but it's like we're just sitting at a table together. And we're just kind of looking at that life and maybe flipping through some books or on a screen where we're scrolling with our fingers, going through the various scenes, seeing different scenes of that life. And is there any part of that life, a scene maybe that you recall with detail that would have meant a lot to you in that life? Anything that stands out to you? Good or bad? Remember, we're just observing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to ask you one question. Was it good or bad? Just give me one answer.
Well, there's sort of 2 scenes. The first one was bad.
Okay. Now remember, we're just observing. This is just a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to have any impact on you. All the negativity's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So describe the scene to me, please.
So the uniformed men are coming into the village and rounding up all the children and eligible, anybody who looks able-bodied to sell.
Wow. Now, did they get any of your children or not?
Yes.
And which one?
Both.
They took both your children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want you just to relax. Remember, this is just observing. All the trauma is melting away. Their children are fine now. Okay, we're all just lives doing lives. Everything is fine. So I want you to drift down deeper and deeper, knowing that your children are safe and in other lives themselves. We're all just playing roles. So drift down deeper and deeper. So how did the village react when they took the children? What did they do?
Pretty much annihilated it. They were devastated.
Okay. And what was your wife's name roughly? Do you remember?
Starts with an R.
Okay. So we saw it in your mind with black letters. You see an R. What's the next letter?
A.
Okay.
H.
R-A-H. What else?
I-A. Rahia.
Okay, right. Pretty name. Now, what does that mean in your culture?
Light.
It means the light. Now, was she a light in your life?
Yeah.
How was her light after the children were abducted? It was very dark and sad, was it, or not?
I don't think she survived.
Okay, do you feel like maybe she was killed?
Or she was taken but separate.
Okay.
And
So you think they might have taken your wife later? Or was it at the same time but separated from the children, for instance?
correct.
So she was separated from the children. Where did they take her, do you think? What were the rumors, or what did you know?
Mm. She was, fertile, so they took her to a place where she could make more babies.
Hmm. And how was your reactions? Obviously, I presume you were obviously very sad and upset. How did your life go after your wife was taken and your children were gone? What do you see yourself in that? What do you see yourself doing?
I was also taken with the children.
You were?
Yeah,
Okay, and why did they take you?
because I was strong.
And what were they going to do with you?
Sell me to somebody who needed a strong laborer.
Okay. So they took you as well, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And how far was the journey? Where did you end up going? Give me that visual. And remember, we're just observing. That's all we're doing, letting go of all the past, all the negativity. Allowing it all just to exit. Knowing we're here and your guide's with us. Do you see your guide with us still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I want you to know you're safe and protected. There's no more going on. There's no more selling of humans and yourself, okay? We're just observing as you're drifting down. That was an experience you had. You learned from that experience. We've all had many, many lives. Some of them were tragic, some of them were good. But we're always going to play roles that are challenging for us. And you were very challenged, obviously. But all that negativity, as I count from 3 to 1, is drifting out of you. All of it's going away. So you feel your entire subconscious clearing of all these past pains and traumas. Feeling it all drift away. Knowing that your children and wife are fine. It all drifts away. Now tell me where you see yourself. Describe the scene where they took you. Do you see where they took you?
I,
You're allowed. It's allowed. Just let it come out.
mm-hmm.
You're just observing. I'm here. I'm holding your hand out. Can you see me holding your hand?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that? You feel your spirit guide holding the other hand? Do you feel her next to you?
She's kind of behind me, yeah.
All right, well, she's there to protect you, too.
Mm-hmm.
So as we count down from 3 to 1, I want that scene to open up in your mind. Because the more it opens up, the more it clears. It clears all the little details that might be locked in your mind. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. So, I'm actually, I didn't get taken. I am the taker. So I see myself selling these other people. There's water nearby.
Okay, just let all the energy go. All the negative. We're just looking at your life. I'm still with you as well as your spirit guide. So as we count down from 3 to 1, you now see yourself. Were you one of the ones that helped round up some of the children, including yours?
Mm-hmm.
And was that required of you by someone to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And it upset you to do this. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want you to just drift down deeper and deeper. And from 3 to 1, each count down, you're going to release more and more of all this negativity. It's all going to flow away because that's a whole different life, and it's okay. So as you drift down deeper and deeper, and we're standing next to you, we want to let go of all the negativity. You want to forgive yourself in that life, as others will forgive you that you ask for forgiveness. Everyone's playing a role. It's like a script. It's like a play. So as you drift down deeper and deeper, feeling all this negativity wash away, feeling yourself cleansed of all this past, I want you to describe the scene after you were done selling children. Then where did you go? Just kind of let go and move on past that memory. Could you move on past that?
Just feels really dark after that.
Okay. Well, I want you just to relax. And I want you to sink deeper and deeper. And I want you to go to the very end of that life. I want you to go to the very end. How old do you think you lived?
Like mid-50s.
Okay.
Drunk a lot.
Okay, mid-50s. You drank a lot. What else?
So mean. Sour.
Okay. So you feel like you were mean and sour in that life.
Yeah.
Okay, so all that negativity is going to drain away. Drain away. Now, you see yourself in your mid-50s and you drank a lot. What did you die from? You see what you might have...
Somebody killed me.
Okay, so somebody killed you. Okay. So I want you to go to that scene. Remember, we're just observing. We're not participating. You're not going to feel anything. How did they kill you in that life?
Shot from behind.
Okay. And who killed you? Who was it? Did you know them? Who shot you? Go ahead.
My son.
Your son shot you. Okay. Now, your son was older by this time?
Yep.
Okay. And how old was your son when he shot you? Roughly.
In his 20s.
Okay.
He really hated me.
He what?
Really hated me.
Okay. Well, we're letting all that go now. All that negativity is flowing out of you in that life. And it's okay now. He's forgiven you. He knows it's a life and experiences learned. So as you drift down deeper and deeper, you see that your son shot you. Now, after he shot you, and you see yourself, did you see yourself lying on the ground?
At a table.
Oh, he shot you at a table, okay. And describe what it looked like after he shot you. What happened to your body then?
I was like slumped over.
Okay.
My hand still had a drink in it.
Okay. And what did you like to drink back then? What was your favorite liquor?
Well, anything.
Okay.
Moonshine, whiskey.
Okay, so you liked them all. Didn't have a particular flavor. Now, when your son shot you and you saw yourself slump over, did you see yourself come out of your body?
Only as you ask the question.
Okay. So as you're drifting down deeper and deeper, you're letting all the negativity go. We're just observing and skipping through some scenes. That's all we're doing. So I want you just to let go of all the negative energy. Everyone is fine. They had other lives. So as you drift out of your body, as you mentioned the question, so how did you see yourself after you were shot? What do you remember?
Just a sense of relief.
Okay.
And my son, older, just trembling hands. I feel a lot of forgiveness for him.
Okay. And so did you see yourself come out of your body? Is that what you're telling me or not?
Not specifically like a spirit leaving a body, just
Okay.
more like a can see both.
Okay, so you can see almost where you were being shot and the others, whatever the other scene. I want to go forward. I want to skip past the pain. And knowing that your son has forgiven you and you're drifting down deeper and deeper. So we're going to go right past that scene. And I want you to tell me what you see next. What happened to you after you left that scene? And I want you to just relax and allow the images to open up. And knowing you are safe, I'm with you and your spirit guide's with you. So you're just drifting down, and every time I count from 3 to 1, you're going to feel yourself more protected. All the negative energy of that life is drained away. You're just observing. So as we count from 3 to 2, you can feel that golden suit protecting you. All you're doing is observing, and all we're doing is learning from that life. The life's gone and over. So we're just learning from that life as we go forward. So as I count down to 1, you feel the golden suit on more tightly. Feels so good to wear too. It feels so like it's kind of like a superhero suit, but made out of golden light. And you feel so powerful knowing you've moved forward in this life from that life. And a lot of things are going very well. So as you drift down to 0, you feel yourself letting go of all the thoughts of that life. And I want you just to describe to where you go next after that.
It's a real expanded sense of space. It's like a tunnel of like rings of concentric light.
Wow. Describe that to me a little more. Describe the tunnel and the light.
Feels like it feels kind of like some refreshing, like a waterfall.
Okay.
And so there's kind of a coolness. And as I move forward, the tunnel behind me disappears and just keeps stretching forward. And these rings of light, different thicknesses, and just moving forward.
Wow. And what color is the light?
Mostly white with little, like, edges of iridescent, like like prismatic, but mostly like a very yellowy white.
Okay. And you feel yourself just moving along in this tunnel of light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you just to relax and continue to drift down, enjoying this beautiful scene. Is it a pretty cool looking tunnel, I would guess?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Like, wow. Didn't know we had one of these. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. So as you drift along, enjoying yourself in this beautiful tunnel, you feel yourself just going forward farther and farther. Allowing yourself just to feel relaxed, knowing that I'm with you as well as your spirit guide. And we just drift along, going down this beautiful tunnel. And I want you to take me to the end of the tunnel and tell me what you see when you step out.
Whoa.
Sorry, say it again.
I said, whoa.
Wow. And we're going to let's just stand there. And I count from 3 to 1. Each time you look, you're beginning to see more and more. You're allowing your mind just to relax and enjoy yourself back wherever you are. Just relaxing and enjoying it. And all 3 of us are kind of standing there looking around with you. And I want you to tell me what you see.
I see. So the tunnel's like in space. Below me look like several different worlds. Very mountainous directly in front of me. And more languorous over to the left. And a bit more verdant to the right. But in front of me is just really mountainous.
Okay, do you see anything growing on the mountains, or do you see any animals or anything? What do you see near the mountains? Are they just mountains?
They're just mountains, really. Some of them are, real high, snow-peaked. and brown.
Do you think you're on Earth, or where do you think you are?
Like in between many worlds. Could feel like I could go anywhere from here.
Okay, so describe some of that to me. What do you mean you can go anywhere?
I feel like it's like not different planets because they're not like separate spheres, but it's like maybe the various dimensions of like almost like a game board, kind of like a as if like creator creatrix was beholding the multiverse and said like, oh, well, maybe we should go over there. Let's try this over there.
Now, while you're there, can you see yourself now?
I look like I look in this incarnation.
So you look like that as you do in this incarnation, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, is the form you're in now, is it human or what is it? What do you feel? What's the difference between now and then?
I feel very light.
Okay. And what else? Can you do anything different than you can't do now, or what can you do there that you can't do here?
I can. Let's try it. I don't know. Let's see. I can sort of. Gravity doesn't seem to be quite the same. I have to stay within a certain distance of this tunnel, otherwise I'll wind up in one of these worlds. And one of my most ancient ancestors is here.
Oh, describe them to us.
Well, they're a non-binary plasma being.
Huh.
I don't know where from. They're super happy I'm here.
Good. Describe that meeting.
They're just so bright and kind and nice. And
So you're glad you had a chance to see them again, is that correct?
yeah.
Now, they've been with you a long time. How long have you known this person, or this being?
Well, this being is where I come from, so forever.
Oh. And where do you think you're from? Give me an idea, if you saw it in your mind. Or describe it more to me. Let's ask the ancient being. Will he give us the answer if you ask him? Let's see what he says to you. Let's
This
ask.
being really doesn't. It's not really a language.
Well, maybe it's telepathic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it in your mind? Is it in our galaxy or our universe? Or what? Just say yes. See if he says
No.
yes or no.
Okay, let's see.
Ask him that yes or no. See if he nods his head or whatever, up or down, or sideways. Let's ask him.
No, not this galaxy.
Okay. Is it in this universe? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so he's nodding his head yes. Is it a star system that we're familiar with now, or is it one that's not yet been discovered? Do we know the star system on Earth?
No. Not a star system visible from Earth.
Okay.
Through the Southern Cross. There's another universe. I mean, it's all one universe. There's another. Okay, I guess the word universe is still applicable.
Okay.
Neighboring realm.
Okay. And what dimension is that in your opinion? Let's ask your friend, the ancient being. What dimension are you at now where I'm with you and your spirit guide? If I say the number 5, does he nod yes or no?
No.
6.
Mm-mm.
4th.
Mm-mm.
7th. Are we still?
Mm-hmm.
Are we in a parallel dimension, like 3rd, to somewhere else?
The feeling I get is that it's like the kiddie pool to their dimensional realms.
Okay. Now, since you had, I presume, was it a fairly difficult life doing what you did? Is that correct?
Where I came from?
Yes, your village in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let us go forward with your ancient being. Where do we go from here? What's the next scene you see after this? After we look around, and you didn't describe it. What do you see? Is there buildings, structures, or what is there in this area besides mountains? What do you see if you look around by the tunnel?
Well, it's like wherever I go next, I have to drop down into.
Okay. Well, as you're drifting along, sinking deeper and deeper, feeling so relaxed and so happy, is there anybody else that's going to join us with this ancient being that you know?
Let's see the angels.
All right, describe the angels to me, please.
Angel.
Which one? Any of my...
Michael.
All right, so Michael's here. And who else?
Mary.
Wow, you see Mary too. Okay, and who else?
Oh, my dog.
You see your dog. What kind of dog was it?
The Australian Shepherd.
Wow. And where did you have him at?
In this incarnation.
What was his name?
Nimbus.
Oh, Nimbus. And now aren't you glad to see your dog, right?
So glad.
And how long ago, what life was that Nimbus in?
Nimbus was in Amy's life.
Okay, so Nimbus was in this life. And how long ago did Nimbus pass?
Just a few months ago.
Oh, doesn't it feel good to know your dog's safe and happy?
Yeah.
You're going to pet your dog and have him jump up and down?
Oh, he's so soft.
See, that's the beauty about the other side. You get to meet others that you haven't seen in a while. So you feel yourself so happy just standing there with Nimbus. And your ancient being friend. And tell me about Michael. How far away is he standing now?
Michael's also on the other side of Nimbus.
Is
He likes Nimbus too.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why would Michael be here? Can you just tell me why? What's your association with Michael?
I know he's got this violet flame. Some
Okay.
sword. I haven't actually worked with him that much.
How tall is he?
He looks like
Is he a lot taller than us?
he was he was our size, and now he's much taller.
Okay. Does he look pretty powerful?
When he's in his full height, yes, but he seems to make himself look human also.
Okay. Now, how tall is he when he really is jacked up? How tall is that roughly? As tall as he wants?
Yeah, as tall as he wants.
Okay. So there's no limit to obviously what Michael can do. Is that correct?
Certainly appears that way.
Okay. Now tell us about Mary. How is she having to be here right now? And where's she standing?
Mary's here because I asked her, because she helps ease my being.
Good.
And
Anybody else that might be here with us?
It seems to be who's here right now.
Okay, that's a nice bunch. What, as we go forward in that life, do you go somewhere? Do you do a life review, or what happens next? Where do you go next after we're standing there? Do you see another scene, perhaps?
So, yeah, it feels good standing with them, and Mary's sort of, pointing me towards what's next.
Okay. Well, let's all go, and maybe they'll follow along with us. So let's go to that, and I count from 3 to 1. I want you to take us closer and closer. And as we get closer to where you're going, the images are going to open up even more. You're going to be able to recall greater details, why you're here, maybe some of the lessons you learned in that life. And we're going to count down to 2, feeling so relaxed and happy inside. Feeling all the negativity draining away, enjoying your golden suit. And as we count down to 1, I want you to take me to where you are next. And tell me what you see.
Just walking down a hallway, I can hear my footsteps echoing in this big space.
Yeah, describe that space. What does it look like?
It feels like a church. It looks like like an abbey kind of, old stone walls, arches, columns, and
Do you see a lot of other people around? What do you see besides the 5 of us?
so very powerfully entering my field of vision is the Alhambra
And what does that mean?
in Spain. In southern Spain is a Moorish palace where I know I've lived here before.
Okay. So you see yourself in a castle or a palace that you think you lived before. Is that correct?
Yep.
Now, did you build that on the other side, or are you actually in Spain?
No, this is in Spain. We've left the tunnel.
Okay, you left the tunnel, now you're in Spain. Okay. Now, as we're in Spain, I want you to walk around. And what city or town is this near?
Granada.
Okay. And as you see yourself, how do you see yourself? Are you male or female?
Female.
Female, and how old roughly?
Oh, woman does not reveal her age.
Okay. Well, what color is your hair, for example?
Dark.
Okay. And how tall are you roughly?
Like 5'4".
Okay. So we don't know how old you are.
Maybe 5'8".
And nobody else is going to know. You think you're 5'4" or 5'8"? Which one?
I think more 5'8". Yeah.
Did you have heels on?
Barefoot.
Barefoot. So you are tall. What was your name?
It's like a Ilara or something.
Is that your first name?
Yeah.
And what's that first letter? Tell me that.
I.
So it's I. What's the next letter?
H.
And what's after H?
L.
What's after L?
A or U.
A or U, and what else?
R-A-H.
Okay, what does it mean in Spanish? I presume it's Spanish?
It's Arabic.
Oh, it's Arabic. Okay. And what does it mean in Arabic?
What does it mean in Arabic?
Or does it have a meaning?
I think it's just
Like,
a
I
name.
can't even tell you what, I hear different things about my names. I'd have to look them up there and tell you all of them. So anyway, well, that's not a big deal. So as you're sitting there and you're enjoying the view, looking around, what do you do in that life? What's your occupation?
I'm I'm a kept woman.
Okay. Now, what's
Not
your...
married.
Okay, and what else? Are you considered attractive?
Yes, extremely beautiful.
Okay. And where do you live?
I live in this palace,
Oh, okay.
my own little tower.
Wow. And you like living there? You enjoyed that life, or what?
Yeah, there's something sort of not like fully empowered, but very taken care of.
Okay. And what in what year do you think this was roughly? If you had to look at it in your mind, what year do you see?
Mm,
What time period?
let's see, like Arabic script.
So if you had to convert the Arabic script into English or Roman or numerals, does it feel like 1800s or what? Or 19 or 17 or what do you think?
No, like I don't know, 1500s, 1600s.
Okay. So it feels back at 1500s. And narrow that down for me. What's closer, do you think?
1500 is closer than 1600.
Okay. Do you see a year now? If you concentrate on the last two letters or two numbers, look past the 15. What's the next two numbers that pop in your head?
46.
So you think it could have been around 1546. Does that sound good in your mind, yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So you're a kept woman. What was the name of the person that owned the palace where you stayed? Was he well known?
Yeah, he was a king.
Okay. And he was a king. What would his name start with? What would be the first letter? What did you call him? Or what did people call him? Is it in Arabic also?
Yeah,
So if you had to seed letters in your mind, what would his name start with? What's the first letter?
M.
All right, first letter's M. What's the second letter?
I mean, the name that comes in is, Muhammad.
So you're seeing Mohammed in your mind. Is that correct?
Muhammad, yeah.
And you see a last name. What would be his last name if you had to pronounce it in Arabic?
Al Jaziri. Not with a Y at the end. Al.
All right, give me that, not the Al part, but what's the first letter? Is it a J of the second word?
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the next letter?
E.
Then what?
Z.
Keep going.
R. E. Maybe another Z.
Okay. Did you like this man?
Yes.
Did he treat you well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you the only one of his kept women, or do you have others?
He had others, but I was his favorite.
He liked you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Was it because you were so beautiful, or did you guys talk once in a while too?
We talked.
Okay. Were you very smart in that life, in your opinion?
Yes.
So, did you speak any other languages besides Arabic?
It's a little Spanish.
Okay. Anything else?
Maybe some English.
Okay. And how long did you stay in his palace? Do you see yourself? When did you leave the palace? And I know you don't like to talk age, but nobody will give your age away. Okay. When you had to look at that, that life, how old were you when you ended up leaving the palace, or did you just stay?
Just stayed.
Okay. Did you grow older with this person?
Well, I wasn't with. I feels like I became a nurse.
Okay.
Ended up, after the days of providing physical pleasure were past, I became a caretaker and an attendant.
Oh, okay. So you went out and helped other people.
No, still to the king and the queen.
Oh, you helped the king and queen as a caretaker.
Yeah.
Okay, describe that to me.
I just see this scene of a lot of really lush velvets and tending to like a fevery elderly man, and his queen sitting nearby, and just such devotion and love and such decadence.
So it was a pretty decadent lifestyle for you at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And you enjoyed and you took care of was he a king? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was like God.
Okay. So he was pretty well known. Was he like one of the top rulers in the Arabic world or what?
Yeah, he built this palace, he brought it to completion. And
Wow. And how big was this palace?
I mean, huge.
What they
Could
made?
ride horses through the hallways.
Wow, that must have been neat to see. So you had a lot of fun living there, I presume. I would too.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the palace?
The Alhambra.
So that was it also a city also, like a big city palace state, or what was it?
Yeah, I guess so.
So they had villages around the palace, but it was kind of known as Alhambra. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what does Alhambra mean? What is this? How do you spell that?
Alhambra.
Okay. So that's what that area was known as. And what year was it again, roughly?
1546.
So it feels like 1546. Is that correct? In your mind? Obviously, there were other years we were there, but that was one of the years you were there. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's go later into the king's life. How old did he live, roughly, before he died?
In his 80s, 88 maybe.
And did everybody still like him at this time?
No.
All right, what happened with that?
He made a lot of unpopular decisions in his life.
Tell me about some of those. Was there any that cost him dearly or what?
He was a very rash man. Made a lot of extreme decisions, expended a lot of lives on his wars. And in his old age, he actually became quite wise, but nobody listened anymore.
I see.
But I did.
You still listen to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did you still like him, adore him, or what?
Yeah.
So you had a very close bond, even though you weren't the queen. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Was he the one? Were you the one he would confide in more than his real queen or his wife? Like, what was she like? Describe her.
She was also very beautiful.
Okay.
It's very stoic.
And how old did she live till? Roughly.
Maybe 60. She
Okay.
was much younger than him.
Okay. And how old were you when you died? Do you see your death? Take me to that scene.
I died in my sleep.
Okay. And
In my room.
Okay.
My hair has some gray in it. But not too old.
How old do you think you were?
Maybe like just shy of my 74th birthday.
Okay.
That feels too old, maybe younger.
Okay. But you didn't like to reveal your real age anyway, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was that, but you don't want to admit to that. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we won't tell anyone. Now, as you're seeing your death, and you died in your sleep, which sounds nice. When you're in your sleep, then what happened? Tell me was it like a dream and you found yourself somewhere when you died in your sleep, or what happened next? What do you see?
See this turtle.
Okay. And what is a turtle?
It feels just like like a ride.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
like, because I can climb on the back of this turtle shell.
Nice. And tell me about that. Where does a turtle take you to?
It's just really peaceful.
Okay. Do you feel very...
piercing through this veil.
So the turtle, are you on its back and he's taking you through this veil? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Describe that to me. Just keep talking and walking us.
It's like a little, it's like a little just sharp, almost like a beak. And
Okay.
it goes to this veil, and this veil sort of like washes over me, and it takes any other like physical remnants, and I feel very expanded.
Okay. Now, when you feel expanded, describe that feeling. Are you not in your human form anymore?
Not in human form.
Describe that form to me.
Feels mostly light. Feels like I have wings, several legs and arms.
Interesting. And what do you look like if you had to picture a creature today? What would you look like? Or describe the creature. Describe to me what you look like.
It's like,
Hard to describe?
oh, I don't know what to say that I
Or hard to
haven't
compare?
said. Hard to compare.
All right, just describe what you see then. Don't try to compare.
So just this light wing, it's like being made of filaments that are sort of pulsing and becomes glowy, and then more strand-like, and the many arms and the many legs and wings, and
How many wings?
2.
And how big are the wings? How
Big.
Okay, and how big do you think you are? Roughly. Would you fit in my apartment?
No.
Okay. Bigger than a house?
Yep.
And why do you think you have that form now after you crossed over from that life in Spain? Why do you find yourself being this being off the back of the turtle? So just tell me about that. Do you know why you're shaped like this?
My feels very connected to that most ancient and kind ancestor, plasma being.
Oh, is he here with us now again? Can we call him in?
Yeah, we can call him in.
Let's call him. Let's call him in.
Hey, buddy.
And can we bring Michael with us too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael was there.
So Michael was there before I said it. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let me ask Michael. I want you to see in your mind what Michael answers these questions to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Michael maybe where you are and why you're in this form. Now tell me what he says telepathically.
Oh. In this form, it's like the truest, the closest to my first physical form.
Okay.
And it's fortifying for Having a bit of a dialogue here. He said he's fortifying for a difficult road ahead. I said, why is it a difficult road?
He said, what's a difficult road?
He said, you're fortifying for a difficult road ahead.
Oh, okay.
I said, well, why is it a difficult road?
And what's he say to that?
He said, well, look at you. You can handle anything.
Well, that's interesting. Well, ask Michael this. Ask Michael if we're going to go to a council meeting for you in that life, about that Spanish life, or even the other one. Ask Michael yes or no. Are these lives going to be reviewed eventually, or when's that happen? See what he says.
Yeah,
See if you can just say what he says. Take your time.
Can you ask the question again?
Yeah, I want to know, while Michael's here, how does he think you did in your life in Spain? Does he have any answers for us on that?
Yeah, he says, yeah, we'll have to go somewhere else to have that conversation.
All right, can Michael take us to that place? Would he mind? Can we go with Michael now and see if he says yes or no?
Yes.
Good. All right, I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And as I count down, you're going to find yourself getting closer and closer to that place. And you're feeling the images open up. You feel all this protection. We have spirit guides, the ancient being. We have me. We have Michael. So everything's going to be fine. So when I count down to 1, I want you to find yourself in front of where you're going. And as I count down to 0, in your mind's eye, I want you to tell me what you see.
In a movie theater.
Okay, describe that to me.
And kind of steep seats.
Okay.
And there's a table in front of the screen, a big screen, and the turtle is still there, but it's quite small, just looks like a regular turtle. It's like in my hand.
Oh, and you rode in on him, is that correct?
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat. He shrank down, or you got bigger, is that correct?
Yeah, he shrank down, yeah.
Okay. Now tell me, is there anybody sitting at the table?
Very fierce-looking woman in a red suit with red hair. She has a nice smile.
You said she looks fierce?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think she looks fierce? Describe that.
Oh, everything about her is sort of very, like, sharp and put together and fierce and ooh, there's a strong, respectable woman, you know. Somebody who I want to be when I grow up.
Gotcha. And who else is at the table?
Oh, she's a fox woman. Who else is at the table?
Yeah, besides her.
There's, Michael's taking a seat.
Oh, okay.
And, there's a lot of animals.
And why would animals be here? How does that relate to you?
It's the Natural World Council, like.
All right, so you feel it. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I'm in the right room.
Well, we will find out. Look where we're all going to stand there, right on maybe the first row.
Well, there's people coming in behind the animals now.
Okay, describe them to me. What do they look like?
Man with curly hair, dark curly hair. He's there where a lion was. And there's like some star beings.
Yeah, describe those to me. Where are they from? What stars?
Wow, Deberon, Pleiades.
Any other names?
Antares.
Okay.
Sirius.
Now, why are all these beings coming into the room with us? Is this for your meeting or what? Your council meeting?
Yeah, they're to evaluate how I did.
Okay, okay. So we're going to be here with you. Is Michael okay with me being here at your council meeting?
Yeah, he's fond of you.
Oh, nice. Well, let's go forward, and we have all these beings now. They're all there. The animals are there. Michael's up front with his well put together redhead. Anybody else at the table?
Um, there's a young person, a young child, girl, blonde.
Okay, and why is she at the table?
She just really wants to be here.
Okay, so she really doesn't have a role.
She doesn't have a role. She's just like, hey, what are you doing right now? And I want to be here.
Isn't that something? Now, how does she look? Is she just like a little girl, like in human form, or what?
Yeah, I recognize her.
Oh, do you know her name?
Yeah, her name's Avery.
Avery, and you've known her for a while on the other side, I presume?
She's one of my best friend's daughters who we've certainly had lifetimes together.
Okay, nice. Well, that's good. So it seems like a pretty darn friendly, good bunch. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, as we go forward, I want you to go forward. I want you to tell me. And I presume, are we reviewing the Spanish life? Is that, or the Arabic life? Is that the life we're reviewing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And first question: how do they think you did in that life?
Mm-hmm. Good.
Good. Any lessons you didn't pass? You want to tell me those?
There was any lessons I didn't pass.
Yeah, some they thought you might maybe could have done a little better, maybe. Like a hard lesson, you didn't maybe quite get through it. Do you see any of those in your mind? What are your thoughts?
I gave too much of my power to this king.
Okay.
He was what filled me up instead of my own power, even though I gave him so much.
Okay. And what else? What other words of wisdom are they sharing with us?
Hearing's not about win or lose.
Okay. Do they think you had an easy life in that life?
Not really.
Okay. So they thought it was did they think it was, would they call that a challenging life considering your lives or not?
This feels like a particularly emotionally challenging life.
Okay.
So not the same physical challenges.
Okay. So not physically challenging like the Ethiopian life, but more emotional in this life. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, as we're sitting there, we're going to count from 3 to 1, and you're going to continue to allow yourself to take these images in, enjoying everyone with us, knowing I'm with you and your spirit guides there, and Michael's up front. And I want you to ask Michael very specifically, how are you doing in this life as Amy currently? And there's anything that he thinks maybe, you should think about as you go forward. Or how does he think you're doing so far in this life? Do you feel anything or hear anything?
Mm.
What is Michael saying? Do you want to share it? Just kind of relax, knowing all it's for your highest good. So is Michael sharing anything you want to share? Or you just want to hold those to yourself?
Well, I feel like his responses are very quickly getting lost in the abyss of Amy's narratives about herself.
Okay.
So it's hard to hear.
Oh, I understand. That's okay. Well, maybe as you go forward and sleep, it'll come to you in your dreams. And I want you to start keeping a notepad by your bed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wake up and it's a particularly like vivid dream or something that's you remember, I want you to write it down. And kind of maybe some of these new messages from Michael will come through for this life. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
So let's think about doing that. And let's ask, when you're looking at yourself, what color is your soul? What color do you primarily give off?
Blue?
So you think you see...
Bluish green.
Okay. Is it a turquoise or is it more greenish blue?
More of a turquoise.
Okay, so it's a pretty color.
Really pretty.
Like which one?
Really pretty.
A very pretty color. Your hat.
Yeah, it's like, feels kind of like shades of blue. There's like indigo, and there's almost like this iridescent violet and blue.
Nice. Well, that sounds very good.
Yeah.
So Michael, all in all, do you see me working with Michael very often?
Somewhat frequently, not extremely frequently.
Okay. And what color do you see my soul? I'm standing there in my suit.
You have sort of a similar hue, but with more green. Actually, every time I turn to look at you, you scoot to the corner of my
eye.
Mm-hmm.
And why would I do that? Because it's not important?
Or maybe I'm looking at the wrong place.
Okay. Well, let's ask Michael a simple question. In this life currently is Amy. Is there one thing you'd say, or two or three things that you could see in your mind, very easy, nice, simple answers, that Amy could do in this life that would propel her along on her journey? Is there one particular thing?
I just feel this buoyancy and just like encouragement to keep going.
Good. That feels reassuring having Michael tell you that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Michael, all in all, is saying keep on your journey. And just continue.
Don't, like, there feels like a real clearing of any shoulds. Like, let go of whatever idea I think I have about my life. And just keep on the path I'm on.
Okay. So stay where you are and keep going. Is that correct?
Yeah, so and let go of whatever I think it might look like or become.
And just go with the flow. Is that right? Is he telling you just be patient and go with the flow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's very good lessons. And one thing we want to ask is also something about St. Pedro. And this aversion to drinking this cactus juice you had before. Mm-hmm. Do you see maybe some connection to a past, or why do you have so much difficulty maybe drinking the drink or getting psyched up about it? Tell me about that. What do you see? Are there any other scenes in your mind that might relate to that?
So It's a very visceral feeling of being force fed.
Okay. Was that in another life?
Mm-hmm.
And you feel that maybe you almost feel that same negative energy coming up when you're getting ready to drink the cactus juice. Is that correct?
Like my throat like closes.
Starts to close.
Mm-hmm.
And you just feel what? What else do you feel?
Scared.
Okay.
And totally helpless.
Okay. Well, as we go forward, I want to let you know this. We're going to count from 3 to 1. And each time I count down, you're going to remove all those feelings, all that aversion, that tightening in your throat, that fear of being forced fed and drinking. And I want all that to wash out of you. You have a golden suit on. And you have golden light coming all the way through you. You are in control. You are immortal. It is your own free will that you want to do this ceremony. So there's no reason to allow yourself going forward to feel this fear anymore. I want that all to drain away. That was another life, has nothing to do with this one. I want all that negative energy when I count down to 2. I want you to feel your own unique power, knowing that you're in control and it is your choice. And you have that choice whether you want to partake in that ceremony or not. So as we count down to 1, I want all that negativity about that past life of being force-fed, all to fade away. Knowing that in this life, that is your choice whether you want to or not. None of this negativity from your subconscious is going to ever come up again. You're going to feel yourself able to drink this cactus juice very easily, with no fear and no throat constriction. Can you do that for me? Do you feel you can do that and let go of that past?
I still feel the throat constriction.
All right, we're going to count down to 0. And we'll let it go. I want you to just let it go. Allow yourself to breathe in and out. Feeling your throat opening back up. Allowing all the stress and anxiety from that other life that's held you back from participating in this ceremony, all that's going to fade away. I want your throat to relax. And as I count down from 3 to 1, each number down, your throat's going to relax more and more. And you're going to feel this sense of internal immortal power to where you can handle the ceremony very easily and don't feel the fear anymore. I want you to let go of that. I want you to let it all drain away as I count down to 2, allowing all that fear of that life. You are no longer being force-fed. That life is gone. I want it all to drain away like the other lives, to where you allow yourself just to open up, allow yourself, your throat to open up, knowing that is your choice and free will this time, whether you want to do that or not. So there's no reason to have your throat constrict. So as I count down to 1, I want you to feel the power you have inside you, the energy, the mortal feeling, knowing that we've just reviewed many lives for you. And you're feeling more and more relaxed. You know you can now participate in the ceremony and go on the path. And when you feel that fear, if that starts to come in again, when you count in your mind from 3 down to 0, when you're at that event, and I want you to go back and listen to this tape, and when you're at that event, you're going to count down. And each time you count in, you're going to feel that golden light sweeping down through your body again, enveloping you in this beautiful protective seal, to where all the negativity is gone, replacing all the negative subconscious thoughts that you've carried all this time. You're going to start letting those go, and you're going to feel yourself growing with new vitality and strength, knowing that it's your free will and you can do whatever you want. And this is all another life. So can you let go of that pain from that other life? Can you let it flow away and see it flying out of your fingertips? Can Visualize the golden light replacing it? Can you feel your throat starting to open up more?
Starting to.
Good. I want you to feel it open up, open up. I want you to breathe in and out. feeling all the negativity flow away. All the things associated with that life, knowing that going forward when the name San Pedro enters your mind, you feel this beautiful sense of power and control, knowing that your throat will not swell up, it will not constrict. You feel all that negativity going away because you feel so immortal inside. You want to release all the negativity with that life. You have free will and it's your choice, and you're going to embrace the new power you have. You're going to embrace this new strength, being able to take that cup in your hand and drink it without thinking twice. And you're going to feel this power surge through you when you count and visualize in your mind. So if you're standing there, you're going to lose all the fear, all the negativity from that force-fed life is fading away. All you feel replaced by is this newfound strength and power, allowing your throat to open up. And you will not get sick next time. There will be no throwing up. You feel so good inside. And you're going to drink it, and it's going to feel like you drank the most delicious tea laced with honey. You're not going to let the smell bother you. The smell's not going to bother you. You're not going to psych yourself up and get all nervous about it, because this is a free will choice. And I want this to enter your stomach region. You're going to feel it maybe a little warm, but it's not going to be painful in your stomach. It's not going to make your stomach twist inside out. And you're going to feel the enjoyment of this experience that you're going to partake in. So you're going to find yourself relaxing, feeling more and more relaxed. Allowing yourself to visualize yourself in your mind's eye, allowing all the negativity to fly away. Erasing all the negativity from the Ethiopian life, any possible mental and emotional challenges in the Arabic life. And in the life of being force-fed, all those negative things are flowing out of your subconscious. And you feel so free now. You feel so liberated. And you feel so immortal as you think and take in all this information. As you drift down, feeling so relaxed. So do you feel a lot of this negativity and a lot of this weight lifting off your shoulders and out of your mind now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel a little more freer and at peace now?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to continue to feel that feeling that you're feeling so relaxed, knowing that you're powerful and immortal inside, and you can walk through life as a shaman with no fear, knowing that we're just walking among other worlds, and this is another world at Earth back here again. And you're feeling so much better inside, feeling excited about trying the ceremony again, knowing you will not get sick, you will not panic before you drink it, and you will feel this nice feeling of warmth enter your body upon drinking it with no smell. Can you do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I want you to continue to relax. Let that sink into your mind. As I count from 3 to 1, you're feeling that power and all the negative energy go away. And each time I count down, you're going to feel more and more powerful. All the negative energy is draining out of you as I count down to 2. Feeling your throat completely open up. Feeling your entire body feeling so vitalized and so happy inside. And as we count down to 1, you feel this new strength come through you. Knowing that you're immortal. Knowing that we had the wise words of Michael telling you to go forward and be patient and stay on your path. And don't worry about what it might look like going forward. That's not important. What's important is sticking to your true self and purpose. So as we drift down and you drift around, you're feeling so good inside, so relaxed. Allowing your thoughts to drift to more clarity and more vision. Allowing your mind to open up and meditate more so you can get more answers. And also starting to maybe journal at night when you wake up early and trying to relax and visualize the scene in your mind with the red-haired lady, Michael at this table, and wonderful animals. And what was the name of this council again? Do you remember?
Natural World Council.
Good. And where do you think this council is located? Can you give me an idea of that? Star system, planet, what do you think?
Maybe the moon? Satellite Earth?
So you feel it might be there, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what dimension is this? Third dimension or which one?
Rarely.
Say it again.
Rarely.
And what's that mean?
Like occasionally there's a third dimensional aspect, but mostly the fifth.
Okay, so mostly it's not. It's higher. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what dimension? Give me a number if you see it in your head. What do you see?
7, 6.
So it's fairly
7.
high. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. But you feel it might be associated with the Earth or the Moon. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's good. So I want you to relax, and I know going forward that anything with San Pedro is not going to bother you whatsoever. And you're going to be fine. You're going to relax. But you're going to do any ceremonies you partake in as a shaman, you're going to do it safely. And you're going to research before you do anything. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Good, which I'm sure you'd probably do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go forward, you're going to feel more and more relaxed. And as I count from 1 to 5, you're going to start feeling yourself becoming more awake.